Most people believe that hard work and discipline are the ultimate keys to success. But here's the truth. Those traits might get you into the top 10%, maybe even 5%, but they won't take you to the top 1%. The elite play a completely different game. In this video, I'll reveal the hidden habits and mindset shifts that truly separate the top 1% from the rest. If you're serious about financial success and high performance, stay with me. And hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Paradigm shift. From top 10% to top 1%. Most people equate success with discipline and consistent effort. And they're not wrong. Those qualities will elevate you above the average. They'll get you promotions, respect, maybe even a six-figure income. But they're not what separates the truly elite. The top 1% play a different game, and the rules most people follow don't apply at that level. The top 1%, and especially the top 0.1%, operate by an entirely different framework. They don't just push harder or longer. They master systems, optimize energy, refine mindset, and remove emotional blocks. They make the shift from brute force to strategic finesse. It's not just about working harder. It's about working smarter and with precision. While most people rely on linear growth, the elite operate in cycles of iteration, leverage, emotional intelligence, and energetic efficiency. They measure not just output, but quality per unit of energy spent. Instead of adding more hours, they multiply the impact of each action through clarity and direction. They don't just grind, they optimize. They don't just push, they align. And they don't fear failure, they use it. Their success isn't accidental. It's engineered through deep self-awareness and a focus on what truly moves a needle. Habit 1, iterative thinking. Pace over perfection. Here's what most people get wrong. They wait. They wait to launch their business until the website is perfect. They wait to invest until they've read every book. They wait to start that side hustle until they've mapped out every contingency. But perfectionism is just fear in disguise. It's a subtle form of avoidance that delays progress and feeds self-doubt. The top 1% do the opposite. They move early, fail fast, and adapt constantly. It's a principle of ready, fire, aim, a mindset where momentum trumps meticulousness. Action creates clarity. Stalling creates doubt. Think about Jeff Bezos. Amazon's first site was basic, but it worked. The feedback from early users shaped its evolution far more effectively than any business plan. They act with 20% of the information and adjust on the way. It's not about being reckless. It's about valuing feedback over theory. Every iteration is a data point. Every movement forward reveals the next best step. The elite prioritize cycles of rapid learning over extended preparation. Waiting feels safe, but it's the fastest way to stay stuck. Top performers know progress beats perfection every time. Because perfection is a form of procrastination dressed as professionalism. Motion creates results. Hesitation preserves comfort zones. Next time you hesitate, ask yourself, what's the smallest action I can take in the next 10 minutes? This breaks inertia and creates immediate clarity. Small actions compound, and one step often leads to the next 10. Habit 2. Redefine your relationship with failure. Failure is not the enemy. It's the emotional reaction of failure that stops most people. What paralyzes us isn't the mistake. It's the shame, embarrassment, and fear of being judged. But guess what? That fear isn't logical. It's neurological. Our brains are wired for safety, not innovation. The most successful people learn to observe their emotions, not be consumed by them. One powerful tool is radical curiosity. Instead of resisting discomfort, they explore it. They ask, where in my body do I feel this fear? Maybe it's tension in the jaw, a flutter in the stomach, a tight chest. Identifying the emotion brings a sense of detachment that makes it easier to manage. This isn't just spiritual talk, it's science. Based on acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, research shows that naming and allowing emotions helps them dissipate faster. When we resist an emotion, we strengthen it. When we allow it, we disarm it. This awareness builds psychological flexibility, one of the core traits of high achievers. Another tool, fear visualization. Imagine the worst-case scenario, feel it fully, and watch it lose its grip. Why? because the brain stops avoiding what it has already emotionally processed. That's how fear shrinks and action becomes possible. Emotional rehearsal builds resilience and prepares the mind for any outcome. Next time you fear failure, visualize it, feel the worst of it, and then ask, and if that happens, then what? You'll realize you're more resilient than you think. Often, the scariest part of failure is just the unknown. And now, you've made it known. Habit 3, the enjoyment compass. Efficiency through pleasure. We're taught to associate discipline with suffering. That if you're not struggling, you're not serious. But the top 1% see it differently. They don't grind through their days. They design them to be energizing. They know that enjoyment is not indulgence. It's efficiency. Energy is not just about output. It's about emotional engagement. True productivity doesn't come from force. It comes from flow. When you enjoy a task, even slightly, your brain releases dopamine, motivation increases, and output improves. You're more creative faster and less mentally fatigued. It's neurobiology at work, and it's a competitive edge few people harness intentionally. Let's say you're writing emails. Instead of powering through with a grimace, ask, how can I make this 10% more fun? Maybe play your favorite playlist. Light a candle. Write with humor. That small shift can make the difference between drained and energized. You're not changing the task. You're changing the experience of doing it. This isn't a luxury. It's a performance tool. Athletes call this being in the zone. High performers call it alignment. It's how they sustain output for years, without burnout. Joy is not a distraction from discipline. It's what fuels its sustainability. Before your next task, pause and ask, how do I make this just 10% more enjoyable? That micro adjustment can create macro results. And when you string together tasks you want to do, you unlock unstoppable momentum. Habit 4, eliminate the shoulds. I should wake up earlier. I should eat healthier. I should be working harder. Sound familiar? These internal dialogues seem helpful, but they carry hidden weight. Should implies obligation, guilt, and lack of autonomy. It turns daily decisions into invisible battles. The top 1% remove the mental friction by swapping should with choose. This gives back control. I choose to wake up early because I value my morning focus. That simple reframe shifts the energy from resistance to empowerment. It's not about semantics. It's about psychology. This is based on self-determination theory, a psychological framework proving that autonomy, competence, and connection are key to motivation. When people feel they choose their path, they stick with it longer, with greater enthusiasm. Motivation driven by freedom is far more sustainable than motivation driven by pressure. Think of it this way. Would you rather do something because you have to or because you get to? That internal language defines your daily energy and long-term consistency. The words we use shape the emotions we carry, and that shapes our behavior. Catch yourself saying should and reframe it. Instead of I should work out, say, I choose to move today because I want energy. Your brain and your habits will thank you. Ownership creates momentum. Obligation creates resistance. Habit 5, escape time poverty. From urgency to leverage, most people are drowning in tasks. Their day starts with sprint and ends in exhaustion. But here's the twist. They're busy, not effective. The top 1% understand that being reactive is the enemy of strategic growth. Constant urgency destroys clarity. The feeling of not enough time is called time poverty. And it's not solved by better calendars. It's solved by better choices. High performers operate from leverage. They invest time today to eliminate 10 hours of work next week. They step out of short-term firefighting and into long-term thinking. Example, instead of replying to every client question individually, they build an FAQ page or automation system. Instead of learning a skill passively, they deep dive with a mentor. Instead of doing everything themselves, they hire people smarter than them in key areas. These small systems create time freedom. They think long-term. They plant seeds that compound, like starting a YouTube channel, building an audience, or investing in coding skills. These things won't pay off today, but in 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, they can change your entire life trajectory. Time invested with intention becomes time multiplied in the future. Ask yourself each morning, what can I do today that saves me time next week or next year? That's how you escape the hamster wheel and start building real freedom. Leverage isn't a luxury, it's a strategy. Getting to the top 1% isn't about grinding harder. It's about thinking differently. It's about iteration over perfection, emotional mastery over avoidance, enjoyment over resistance, autonomy over obligation, and leverage over urgency. Now it's your turn. Pick just one habit from this video and implement it this week. Then come back and tell me how it changed your game. And if you found value here, comment your biggest insight and share this video with someone who's ready to level up their life. Because the journey to the top is better when we grow together. Let's build the 1% mindset, starting now. Your financial freedom journey starts now. Click the link in the video description to unlock the ebook packed with investing secrets, mindset shifts, and wealth building strategies.